Today I'm going to be retrofitting headlights on my 2010 Honda CRV. Right now they're just vinyl wrapped, but I'm going to be putting a projector lens in there, LED bulbs, and an LED strip for daytime running lights. First thing, you got to take the bumper off. It was pretty easy, just some clips in the sight shield here, and then there was a couple screws in the fender liner and a clip that connects the plastic trim around the wheel well. And there's also a bolt in the bottom on each side, although a lot of times these are seized up, so I kind of had to just cut that off of the fender liner there. It really serves no purpose anyways, and half the cars I've ever worked on, it's always seized up and they always break, so just leave those out. And actually one of mine was still good, so the other side was good, but I'll probably just leave it out because they're a pain in the ass. Couple clips down here, those holes there that connected the bottom of the bumper, and then just snapped right into there. So then you just kind of pull it, it snaps right out. It's the same on both sides. Now we got the headlights out. I got one side out here. It was actually pretty simple. First, you got to unplug all of these. I had an HID in the headlight, but I took that out. Then there's one there, and then one in the corner there. These clips, you just squeeze them and unattach them from the headlight. There's a screw in the corner here under this plastic piece here. Just unscrew that. One bolt on the side there, and then one bolt that's kind of hidden on the bottom, and then one on the top there. So I'm gonna get the other side now. The screw is under that thing, so I'll get that in a minute. Get this bolt here, and then there's one hidden here by the horn. And then this side. This one right here. Right here. Now that we've got the headlights off, just as a precaution, probably going to want to take that bracket off of the bottom of the headlight so you don't melt anything on it. Just a 10mm bolt on the bottom, pretty easy. And now we'll go and bake them. I'm baking these one at a time because my oven's not big enough, but I've had it on 270 for 5 minutes, just 30 seconds left on this one. So I might need to add some time depending on how the glue is, but I'll try to pry it open with what I got here. And then if I can't, I'll just add a couple minutes and it should be good. 5 minutes was pretty good. I pried at it with a screwdriver. There's also 3 screws on the back, so take those out first. And now it should come apart. Just got to be careful so you don't break anything. Nice and slow. And we're good. Now for this part, if you want to paint the chrome part of the housing black, like a lot of people do, you can take this apart here. So there's just a few screws, and then this piece will come apart from the outer lens. Here I took mine all apart. There's like a little lens there, that ring. I took the orange corner piece off, and here's the chrome piece. I'm gonna paint this black, and then I'm going to tint that slightly with nightshades, and then put those back together. And then for the projectors, I got the same ones that I used in my Honda Element. They're on Amazon. And then I got BeamTech H1 LED bulbs. So when you get a projector, you're gonna wanna check the bulb size. Most of them take H1, so if it's normally a 9003 or something, you're gonna need new bulbs. And these projectors, they mount right up to a 9003 housing with this bracket here. But I found that the cutoff line for these is a bit low, so what I did is, I'll show you later, but I drill a little hole and then I mount that a little bit higher, so that way you have a little bit further light projection. I've got the houses painted black. I used Krylon Fusion. It bonds really well to plastic. These, I put a light coat of nightshades. It's like a lens tint spray on them. And now for this part, I took these apart. I don't use these things. I just use the stock mounting for the lights. You will also need to drill that out a little bit, because for some reason the LEDs don't fit in there very well, even though they're supposed to, H1. So this, normally it's mounted like that, with the light cutoff line there. It goes up like that if you hook it up for like a high beam or something, but I don't do that. I just use the high beam. I got LED bar anyways. So I want to make this, the low beams just have a little bit more further of a projection, higher cutoff line. So I drilled, if you can see it, an extra hole there. So what I'm gonna do is this, right here, I'll push this up. One second. All right. Now it's mounted in the lower hole, this metal piece here, and this whole thing is shifted up like just a tiny bit, but it seems to work very well. I did it on my Honda Element, and the low beams work very great. And then I just use an LED bar for the high beams. Now I got it all put together. I attached the shroud. It didn't come with screws for that, but I had some laying around, so got that all together, and we'll put it in the housing here. You'll have to drill a hole there to remove this thing. There's a screw right down at the bottom there. Kind of got to just drill a hole to get to it, but now we'll mount these together and put the LED strips that I have. Got LED strips here. I'll attach those. We'll see how it looks. So when putting the projectors in, you want to take the nut off the back there. Put the rubber gasket in first. And then that goes right up against here. I'm gonna run that wire through real quick here. Now you're gonna want to make sure it's right side up and centered, and then this piece goes in here, that. Then we'll put the nut on. It should be good. Now I tighten the nut on the back there, nice and snug. Projectors in. I put this back together. And I put the LED strip on. The one I ordered had these little clip things you screw in there. There was only 4 of them, so I hot glued it a little bit. And then I drilled a hole right there to run the wire through. And now I'll just put these together and see how it looks. So I got one completely done right here. Looks like this. Now I just got to do the other one. Use the heat gun to put the outer lens back on, press it into place, put the screws back in, and reassemble everything just like before. Here they are, all in, everything's put back together. I still have to wire up the LED strip, but they look good so far. Have to check them out at night. LEDs work good. Here it is, all hooked up at night. I think that just went off because I wired it in the fuse box. I put the 2 powers to fuse number 15. It's like the oil sensor or something, but it goes on whenever the key turns on, and then I just grounded them there for now. Eventually I'll clean up the wires a little bit, but that's what they look like for now. A little bit hard to see because it's dark out, but I'll turn them on for a second. I think they turned out pretty good. Headlights are on too right now. Pretty good visibility. I love how the LED strip turned out. It fit perfect from there all the way to the corner there. And that's it.